Are you?
I am fine.
All right.
I mean,
Yes, that's right. How you
yes,
doing? And where are you today?
I am
Canada?
fine. Yeah, yeah. What about you? I am from India.
Oh, okay. Nice. I don't get very many people from India on this website, but I have many friends from India in the US.
Oh,
Many friends from India.
okay, that's great.
And they almost have two jobs. All my friends have two different jobs. You know what they are? They come
What?
from India to the United States. People, right? Any
Oh,
people. They usually have two jobs
okay,
in the United States when they come from India.
okay,
Usually. What are those two jobs?
okay.
You tell me. You should know.
Uh, Maybe they have some
Okay, which
business.
one?
Uh, mm, Business means any kind of business they have means that related to their
Which one?
specialities. Cloth
So when
business.
people come from India, for example, to San Francisco, what do they
Uh
usually
huh.
work in? What area? Construction? Food? Aha,
IT
that's
sector.
right. That's number one, right? People from India go to US to work
Yeah.
in IT. And number two,
Number two. mm, they are doing some
almost nope,
business.
business at a hospital. Doctors.
As you said,
Doctors.
construction. Doctors,
So
doctors, yeah.
medicine and IT. Anyway,
Yes.
my
Okay,
friends, my
okay, yeah.
friends from India who got the H-1B visa, green card, everything, they work in those two areas. So anyway,
Okay. So actually, I just see in your profile that you are very good in like in technology like IT sector, because I am
oh
also
really?
IT sector,
Oh
IT
great.
professional. Yeah. So yeah, so I also know about something like actually I want to be very good in English only, but just want to do some. I see your profile where I see your video intro video where I impressed that you know everything about English as well as in IT. So well, like people are like in our Indian, like we are comfortable with technology, but we are not
Yeah.
comfortable by speaking in English.
This in
Yeah.
this part I'm good.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I have a lot of experience working with people preparing for interviews, right?
Mm-hmm.
Updating resumes, cover letters, because you in your past jobs, you in your past
Mm-hmm.
work experience, you have to tell
Mm-hmm.
somebody what you did.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Somebody,
that I know.
and then
Yeah.
you have to practice those answers. And so one mistake, so I was also a recruiter. You know what is a recruiter? So
Yes, I know. Who is
right,
recruit
so
for
I
the
did
company?
that in
Yeah.
Madrid, Spain, and I had position in Germany and Netherlands and Italy, right? And I look for people all over the world, people from India, people from Brazil, to bring them to Europe to work, right? You know, one problem some people have
Mm-hmm.
from India, they
What?
talk without being asked a question. Not you,
Uh,
but others, right? They say, "Oh, what did you like your last job?" And they say, "Oh yeah, my last job was great, and since then I've been doing this, and I went to school for 10 years, and I'm really smart, and I love working." And they say, "Oh, I only ask you this question. Why you talk so much?" So this is a good thing to practice, you know? Like
okay, that's
question,
great. Yeah.
great. Pause. Answer to that question.
Mm.
Pause. Next question, right? So the
Mm.
time is like kind of different. Maybe it's a different concept of time. Could be. Where American and European, they want like time. Tell
Okay.
me.
So actually, you work in like in various technology that you said that I have worked on the with you programmers. So I want to know which programming right now. If
Right
I
now,
go for right now, the which program? Yeah. So I know something
of
Java. Do
course.
you know Java?
I mean, I don't
Yes.
program in
Yes.
it,
I
but I know
Java.
exactly what it's used for. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah. So I know it Java that, but I want your suggestion that which field is good. Like right now I'm preparing for React.Js.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know
So
JS with no
what?
framework?
Yes,
Can you do it with
JavaScript.
no framework? Can you code like something in JS?
No, actually, I'm just learning some
with the
pseudo
framework,
code. I'm
right?
doing some like promise. Yeah,
So
the
this
framework.
is
Yeah.
my. You asked. So I would say
Yes.
plain. They call it plain vanilla JavaScript. So here's what this is. So there's no framework.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plain
Vanilla JS.
vanilla
Vanilla JS.
JS. So that would be
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
later you got Vue, you got React, you got 4 or 5 others. But with the plain vanilla, it's going to be faster and easier to do the other stuff. You know
Oh.
what I mean?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
find an
Yes.
article. There's a really good YouTuber, this guy Travis C. Media. He says the most ones that are going up and down. So Vue is really good. You know Go also?
Go language? No,
Go.
I don't
But
know
you heard
about
about it?
Go. Yeah, Go language. I
Okay.
know.
So that's also really good because Google is basically behind that. So this is a site I like
Mm-hmm.
for, how do we call it? Learning languages. And let me see here if I can share my screen with you. Okay, cool. I think you can see now. So these are the ones that he just has this little class. So this is a developer, Traversy guy. That's the name of a guy. He
Okay.
used to be a programmer, but then he realized, hey, I would rather be a teacher. So he changed his
Okay.
job. Now he's a professional teacher of languages, let's say. Okay. So see how he says vanilla JS right here?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
Yes.
there's 20 web projects with vanilla. So this is what he recommends basically. Modern HTML and CSS, modern JS, and then 20 web vanilla with Project JS. Then after that, he recommends Node.js, React, this MERN stack, then using Bootstrap, then using PHP, right? So
Okay. Okay.
that's his
Okay.
recommendation. But there's another,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. So he has written one JavaScript book, you know,
Yeah, like
fundamental of
courses,
JavaScript.
really, and like a lot of it's
Yes. Yes.
totally free. This one's from 2017, but there's another one from 2020. But
Yes.
here he has
Yeah. Okay.
top 10 programming languages to learn. And basically, yeah, of course, JavaScript is going to be on there, Rust, Swift, Ruby, C++. So there's a lot of growth there, C++ actually. 20,000 new job posting last year. PHP, I think now is going down a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
Java
Yes.
also going down a little bit. Again, this is 2017. Sorry about that.
Yes. Right now, Python is there.
Python
No?
is 2, and then number 1 is plain
Is
vanilla
JavaScript.
JS. So, and then he has other one like freelancing as a web developer, like how to basically make money doing it, but like everything you need to know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I would say
Yeah.
that's the best.
Which
Like
which one?
this YouTube channel, basically.
Yeah.
Like this guy,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
YouTube channel, in my opinion, is really, really gonna give you a better answer than I can ever give you. Like I can try, man, but what I can tell you is based upon what you like, what's good idea or bad idea. This guy
Oh.
can tell
Okay.
you the job and the money.
Hmm.
So we have different talents.
Yes. Yes.
So what have you done any other like work programming or?
Yes, I have done some programming and I have worked some like some Jenkins and I have worked on Jenkins and yeah, this Java, these things I have worked on.
Okay. So what do you want to
Yeah.
do next?
So that's what I'm saying now. I'm preparing myself by like because Java is for server side. I want myself to be like I'm preparing myself for UI side also.
Uh-huh.
So to become a full stack developer.
Yeah. So good question.
So so I want your suggestion from you, like which JS I can choose for better
I mean,
improvement, like
here's the thing.
so
Yeah.
that I
The thing is, the people are gonna ask you everywhere you go for interview. They're gonna ask you to do plain vanilla JS. Okay. Everywhere you go, they're gonna say, "Hey, plain vanilla. What projects did you do with plain vanilla?" Because if they know you can do the plain, then you can do the plugins. So to be honest, That's
Okay.
super important. Regular JavaScript. Now, you have a choice between front end and back end. Do you have a preference?
Yes. Yes. I very well know about the like back end, but I want to know about front end
Why?
to become a full stack developer, because if for actually in the company they has given some kind of task for front end side only. Sometimes they had given some time task which is related to for front end
Yeah.
related. So I also be very accurate in this front end side also. So
So
that's why. And
do you see yourself more as a designer or more of a data scientist?
data science
Wait.
difference will go. Yes.
Right. So I say, which one do you think is more close to you? Designing web pages or working with big databases? Which one to
Designing.
you is more interesting? Designing. Okay, good. So then we know. So yeah, then
Yeah.
you don't want to probably learn like Power BI, Python, SQL. Maybe they don't help that much, right? But the
Yes.
other
Yes.
stuff in the US, there's a lot of jobs with ERP system. You know about ERP? Oracle, Salesforce,
Yes. Yes. ERP. Yeah.
SAP, right? And then developers for these,
Yes.
let's say creating new tools,
ABAP.
are ABAP, exactly, like ABAP. And the thing, okay, perfect example. So ABAP is really good when? Two reasons, in my opinion, okay? If you want a visa in Europe,
Okay.
okay, anywhere here in Europe, you want a visa, they want ABAP experience 100%. They don't want to train you in Europe, okay? Europe, they want someone with
Okay.
experience, perfect in this specific thing in Europe. They bring you in, they put you to work, you do that specific thing, and you leave. There's not a mentality to train
Okay.
you, to keep you for a long time, right? It's, hey, you have experience with this very specific
Okay.
thing, we're going to put
Yes.
you here. So
Then
that's why
directly
your
you are yeah. They directly put it into the project
yep, that's how they do it in Europe, man. If you're
without
non-European
giving any kind
Union,
of training.
right? That's right. That's right. That's
Mm.
my experience with Europe, okay? Now,
Yes.
US,
Okay.
quite different, right? They
Okay.
say, hey, we know you're an ABAP guy, but we have to learn these other tools in Oracle, and nobody on our team can do it. Would you like to do a software training to learn how to modify the modules? And you say, well, yes, that would be fine. They say, okay, great. And then they move you to another position because they don't want to hire someone else.
Okay. Mm.
So in a way, the best way to get a job in Europe is to study something very specific and work on one specific thing. And in the US, is to work on different problems and be able to think about what the best solution is. But think and then code it too and whiteboard it. So that's why, like in US, you need JS.
So in US, is there market?
Of course, of course. I
Okay.
mean, that's the main thing. Like, but you wanna also do something with cloud servers. So if you do React JS, you need to have cloud server experience,
How much?
like cloud server experience. So React.js requires experience working with cloud solutions, right?
Grades.
Server side. See right here?
Hmm.
So you have Node.js. They even show it
Oh,
here.
okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the first one. They
Yes. Yes.
recommend it to
Yes.
be a
Yes.
full stack developer or backend developer. You need to learn a server side programming language. So not only do you need Node.js though,
Hmm.
in the US, you need experience putting it into this server, changing it to that server, pulling the data from this server, moving it to that
Okay.
server. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one that they
Yes,
include
I
here
got it.
is
Yeah,
Go
understood.
language. Go, Go, I said before. So that's the other server-side language. So these are a little bit more back-end technologies. So more, we can say back-end, right? And then, so these are the big ones right now. This is the 2019, 2021.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Thanks.
So, but now you're asking if I want a job with a visa. Well, here's the thing about the visas, in my experience. Okay, I don't know everything, but usually when they get a visa from the US, usually it's a big company.
Through the company only.
Yes. And it's a big company, not a company of 20, not a company of 200, a company of 20,000. Company called Google, company called Facebook, company called Apple. So usually they are going to bring you for that reason. So, yeah, anyway.
So,
A lot of times the designers, let's say, they bring from the US. They don't import the designers sometimes, right? Like artists, they're like, oh, we find artists in the US, you know? What we cannot find is the guy who has 8 years working with Oracle servers. So in order to get a visa, that's a little bit better.
Okay.